Hey guys, it's Molton here and welcome back to my second video in my series on attacking chess principles. This is my favorite one and one of the most important attacking principles in my opinion. Chess, with all its tactics, strategies and complexities, still really comes down to one thing, and that's king safety. Yes, it doesn't really matter if you're up 6 pieces if your king's about to get checkmated in the middle of the board. So in this video, I will show you guys how to prevent your opponent's king from reaching their safe haven and making their lives as difficult as possible. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more weekly chess content. I hope you guys enjoy. So for the example I've chosen, it's a relatively simple one, but I think it's great for easily highlighting how this principle works in action. So in this position it's black to move. As we can see, this idea works best when we've already castled and our opponent's yet to castle. It doesn't matter if he's 1, 2, 3 moves away from castling. We might need to adjust depending on the situation. So here, as black, we need to work out a way of trying to prevent our opponent from castling next move. Well, we can see that next move he's going to develop his bishop, and the only square to do so is to bring it out to e2, and then he's going to castle. So a typical way for black to prevent this and apply pressure is to create a battery along the e file. So here we can start with the move queen e7 check. After bishop e2, we can play the simple move rook e8. Already now white has to solve his problem and find a different way to get his king to safety. Here white can try the move knight f1, going backwards, but the knight's plan is to blockade on e3 or g3 and then white will safely get castled. Here white's not threatening anything, so black can take time out to simply develop his piece with knight c6. Here white can try the move knight to e3, blocking up the e file. We have one move to be as disruptive as possible, and here the most disruptive move is knight to g4, creating immediate threats on the knight and the bishop on b2. White has a couple of moves in this position. For example, if it goes knight takes g4, then we can simply take the bishop on b2, and we're also attacking the rook and the knight on g4, so that's not really a problem. If white tries the tricky move knight to d5, then we have a few options here. The easiest one seems to be queen c5, simply attacking the pawn on f2 and still keeping an eye on the bishop on b2. We could also consider queen takes e2 perhaps. If white tries to play the move bishop takes g7 instead, we can throw in an in-between move here, knight to e3. And after white takes back, we can simply take the bishop on g7. So here white can simply give up the e3 pawn and castle. However, by getting his king to safety, he's had to give up a pawn on e3. So we happily take the pawn and we're a healthy pawn up in this position. So here if white tries to play the move knight g3 instead, defending the bishop on e2, we need to find a different way to do the exact same thing. And here the best move is knight to e4. For example, if white trades off these bishops now, he still cannot castle because we can simply remove the defender of the bishop and then take it on e2, being a piece up. If white instead plays a move like rook c1, then here white's not really threatening to castle, so we can take a move out to play a developing move such as bishop g4. Or if you want, you can play a move such as queen b4, and after the check, white's obliged to play king f1. And here we've achieved what we set out to achieve, and black has a fantastic position. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something useful. Remember to always keep an eye out for this idea whenever you're safely castling and your opponent's still lagging behind. I've also included a link for you guys in the description on an article I wrote on this topic if you want some more examples. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.